This is a short introduction about the donate system on Humana People to People India's website. It has now been set up with the CC Avenue and it should be working. And this is a walkthrough more or less how it works and how to get into the settings of the system. Let's first try to click on the donate button. You get into a page here, donation, and you can choose to give any amount of money, or you can click on where you can write yourself how much you want to donate. Of course, the layout and so on can always be changed. For now, I just put a picture here to align it more or less in an okay way. So you click donate now. This forwards you to the form that they have to fill out. You can create several campaigns and they can decide which campaigns they want to donate to. I will come back to that later. You put your name. I will make this fields a little bit different. It's basically for testing to make sure it's okay. And then you can again choose a different value if it was. You can put some text if you want, how much each of these values actually correspond. Payment method, only CC Avenue available, because that's the only one that India obviously supports. Then in the end they have to tick this box to make sure that it's not a robot. And you will proceed with the donation. At this moment you are sent off to CC Avenue. I will try to look into this, how to change this text, because it should say more clearly what's happening. Takes a couple of seconds and it goes into the billing information here. Again, you can create a ticket with CC Avenue to see how you change this logo on their website. I've been able to add this, but everything else is black for some reason, I'm not sure. You have the different languages available, the price here. There are some issues about currencies, because it seems like when you get over to CC Avenue, it all has to be in Indian rupee somehow. So no matter what you choose in Yom donation, when it comes to CC Avenue, it will say rupees. And it's said that you should be able to change it, but I have not seen where. You can also contact CC Avenue about that if there's a setting, or if it is an additional service that you can also donate in different other currencies. Anyhow, you go to debit card, you select what you have, you put in your card, month's expiry, and you make the payment. What happens after the payment, I'm not sure, but we have to see that when it comes. Maybe you should take some screenshots and tell me what happens. So this is basically the walkthrough of the donation. And if you go to the back panel, there are two places where we have to enable or configure the setup. First in components, Yom donation dashboard. This is where you have the configuration, and there's a lot of options, and I've selected the ones that is most obvious. You can go through them yourself as well to see which is the one that you need to check. So here you have some things that is not so important. Activate campaign feature. I haven't seen this in show campaign in progress. If those modules are enabled, it will show this. Reoccurring frequencies, if somebody puts up to donate weekly, monthly, quarterly, they have the option to do that. Something I'm not so sure about, enable captcha. That was the one you have to click to not being a robot, to make sure that not a lot of spam will go through. They could pay the gateway fee if there is any, if you write how many percentage CC Avenue charges. Yeah, if you want terms and condition box, you can do that. You can make a document and browse to it, the terms and condition, and that should also be showing. Radio list, minimum donation amount 2, maximum thousands. The text, it should show here. You can edit there. Number of decimals, I put a 0. Currency position after the amount. This is the amount, this is after the amount. You can do it opposite, so Indian rupees come before the value if you want. Then you have the 4 predefined values of 5 or 6 or how many you want. And if you want to have a kind of explanation for each of them, you make one per line that represent 10, 20, 30, 40, 10, 20, 30, 40. You can make more if you want, or you can remove it if you don't want it. That's basically the settings. And then there are some more advanced things here, but I think we should come back to them if this really takes off. You can get a send receipt via email, yes. Maybe you will get an email with this header. I'm not sure. Let's see what happens. Then we can configure it, or we can switch it off. Whatever is convenient. Another thing that you can do here is the campaigns. At the moment I have made one. You can make a new one, you can delete it. You might not want to delete campaigns that has been donated to. When you open or make a new one, you have a couple of settings for your campaign. You can make a kind of description for the campaign. This is just a test. And below here, start, end, the goal. Obviously this would probably also be in Indian rupees then. How much has been donated so far. PayPal we don't use, not important. Message. Here you also have an option to make these settings. I'm not sure why it doesn't take this or the other one. We have to play a little bit around with it. And some fields down here as well. Many of these are not really needed, but when you go through testing it, you will start to see that you get an email with this. Well, then you know you have to go into the campaign and edit this, etc. So these are the settings and the campaigns that you can set up. Then in the extension modules, this is what you visually will see on the website. At the moment, I have only enabled one of the potential modules, and that's this donation module here. If you go to the Young Donation website, they have a demo where you can see the different modules that you can put. This is the one we're using at the moment. You can also use this. You can have the several campaigns on a big list to the right, to the left, where people can choose which donation they want to give to. They can show random donors, top donors, last donors. I think this is probably a good idea if it takes off and you start to get some donations. There's nothing worse than a list of campaigns where everything is zero the whole way down. So I would suggest in the start that you start out simple and see where it takes you, and then we can add more of these other features later if it really takes off. So back to this modules, select position, and just going back to the default settings. I'll write done here just to see everything has to do with donations. And make a donation online, that's the one. This donation button is the one at the top of the website, this one. Make a donation online, I will open that. And you don't have many options here. you can only donation type. You can either choose that they have to, if you for example choose this one and save it, enter donation amount, then I go to the front end and then I refresh it. You will see now that the options are away and they have to write the amount that they want to give. Or you can choose the other one, choose predefined amounts. This will then give you only the options, but you're not able to choose your own value. However, if you go in and you choose both and save it, and then you refresh the front page, it will now give you both options to choose a value or to write another amount yourself. So that's more or less how the donation system works. I suggest you can also go to the website, going to Yum Donations, Here you can see some more demos. If you want to get inspired, you can get the documentation. And if we have any serious problem, we can also create a ticket with them. But they have several instructions here on how it works. And it's good to do some testing back and forward to see how the whole thing works. The last thing I wanted to check was if I go back to Yum Donation and I have bought also the payment plugin for CC Avenue, and that's the only one that I have activated down here. I will open this payment gateway, and here you have it. Here we have put in the market ID, the working key, the access code. And I think you can probably choose test mode here, which means that you can do a lot of testing with credit cards and so on without it actually taking your money from it. But it's good to do a test mode once maybe, just to see if that's how it works, because then we can do a lot of testing with it until we are happy with what happens after they have done the donation. You need to spend a little bit of time looking through these things, learn the system, and if you have any concrete questions about how something should work or how it could work, you're welcome to contact me and I'll try to help you along. But look around, play around with the settings here, log into CC Avenues and look at the settings there, find out about the currencies, etc. It seems like you only can receive in rupees, but I'm not sure. Have a look, and if you have any question, then you come back to me.